Well, they've done an amazing job considering the weather we've had. And what struck me most of all when I saw the pitch yesterday morning was the colour of it and the uniformity of grass. It just looked like a beautiful pitch, and everyone commented on it when they came in. The commentators said what a good pitch it looked. It was firm. I think Nick Knight said it was the best looking pitch that he'd ever seen. But you're never quite sure until you actually start the match.
I mean, it's not just the wicket, it's the square in the outfield as well. I mean, how hard is it to get that right?
Well, the square has an incredible covering of grass this year. We've had perfect growing conditions despite the bad weather. The outfield always looks immaculate with the fantastic drainage system, so we're very, very proud of that. But without the hard work of the ground staff, Mick and his team, obviously we'd struggle.
How good a groundsman is Mick Hunt?
In my opinion, he's the best in the world. Been here for 40 years, consistently produced fantastic pitches. His eye for detail is incredible. He's got a great staff around him that work hard day and night to produce pitches at Lord's. He knows what our philosophy is, producing fantastic surfaces that retain the balance between bat and ball, and he's just good for the game of cricket.
And it's not just Mick as well, it's a real team effort. I mean, how much work do these guys put in?
Well, at this time of year, they virtually live here. And you know, here at the crack of dawn, on their hands and knees, people expect the highest standards at Lord's, and they never let us down.
How do you think this pitch is going to play for the remaining 4 days?
Well, I think it's going to play really well. Despite the colour of the pitch, it's got a fantastic covering of grass, and I think it will gradually deteriorate. It might get a bit quicker today, and then day 4 it will start turning a little bit.
Stuart Broad said last night that Jimmy Anderson found it easier from the pavilion end, and they struggled in the morning from the nursery end. However, in the afternoon, Broad managed to pick up a few wickets from the nursery end. What do you think brought about that change?
That's really interesting because on occasions yesterday the sun came out just for a few minutes, maybe half an hour, and you saw how placid the pitch became. There are passages of play where the batsmen seemed a bit more comfortable. The pitch quickened up, I think, a little bit as the day went on, which might explain what happened with the nursery end. But it's very interesting. You often get wickets the end you don't fancy, and Broad got wickets at the nursery end. And I think even he would admit that he probably wasn't at his best at the beginning of the day, but ended up with 6 wickets, full of confidence and with a very good rhythm.
He's now the 8th player to be on both honours boards for batting and bowling.
Well, that's a huge achievement. He's the 8th person that has done that in the history of the game. His 100 a couple of years ago against Pakistan was a great 100. And to get 6 for yesterday is a great achievement. He's becoming a fantastic all-rounder. And I think there'll be many more to come, hopefully.